Good evening and welcome to another edition of the McGraw Report. I'm Harry McGraw, your host, and today we have another exciting guest for you on our show, the Director of Operations for HACIA, which is the Hispanic American Construction Industry Association, Mr. Juan Calahorrano.
Very
I
close.
always screw that up. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's an easy thing to do.
Juan Calahorrano is our guest on the McGraw Report. We're here talking today about opportunities for minorities and women in construction, small construction companies to get started working with HACIA. And also we're going to touch a little bit on the immigration policy that's been going on this week with the Trump administration. So first of all, I want to say thanks again, Juan, for coming on the show.
Well, thank you for inviting me. This is the second time I've
Yeah.
been here. It's been quite a few years, but I appreciate the invitation.
Well, I hope you like all the new digs, that we have here at CAN TV. They really rolled out the red carpet for us with the new studio and everything. And so we're really excited to get back going and talk about the issues that affect our community today. And Juan has been an expert in the field of construction and business for many years. He's worked for HACIA off and on for the past 10 years, also doing his own thing. And so Juan has been a really good asset in the minority community, especially working with blacks and Hispanics on getting into construction industry. And so we want to talk a little bit about the climate today that's going on in the country when it comes to minorities and immigrants being welcome here, dealing with all of the things that's been going on with the new administration. And I just want to say, as a candid observer, that we do not feel that this policy is being implemented correctly. I think that there can be a whole lot of better steps, being taken to ensure a smoother transition for screening people, also getting the information out to the proper agencies. Why I'm working with various agencies, that communication is extremely important.
Sure.
In getting a smooth transition and getting people to understand. But because we haven't had the kind of communication that we'd like to have, we've been getting a lot of protests, a lot of people upset. So we want to hear from you, Chicago, about this situation at 312-738-1060. And also, if you don't get a chance to chime in on the phone today, we want to make sure that you can contact us via internet. You can go to Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, or you can just send me an email at McGrawReport@gmail.com, and we'll try to get back to your questions, via internet. So before we get started talking to Juan about some of the things that he's done and some of the programs that's coming up with HACIA, I want you to take a look at this little clip that we have about what's been going on here in the country.
People understand, when people come to this country to become an immigrant, it's not an easy thing to do. They become because they have dreams, they're running from something, they want a better life for themselves, for their loved ones, for their kids. So doing that is just really it's ugly.
It's clear that this is not about terrorism. This is about keeping people that we don't like out of this country.
I'm Jewish. My family came here from Europe. We've seen this before. This is about Trump consolidating power through fear. It has nothing to do with making.
We shall overcome.
And we shall overcome.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Yes.
Angering foreign countries that we need to be working with and having good relations to ensure the safety and security of our country.
Well, that's the kind of stuff that's been going on since Friday. People all over the country are upset. about these new policies, and quite frankly, they should be. And I don't know, Juan, what do you think about some of those comments that people are making?
I mean, they're all valid. There's people come for many different reasons. Obviously, the bigger driver to come into this country is the opportunity to better your life. Unfortunately, in the countries where we come from, we may not have those opportunities, and we do a lot of things in order to come to this country. I can maybe share a little bit of my personal experience. I was born in Ecuador. I'm 53 years old. I'm soon to be 54. I came to this country in '76. I was 12 years old. And to me, it was quite an experience because I didn't come the traditional way. I actually came through Mexico. I crossed the border at 12 years old, and it was a big difference to me. I ended up coming to this country. I had to learn the language. I had to go to a different type of a school. It was type of difficult, and not at that time not being legal here. It was very challenging for me because you don't know what will happen to you the next day. You don't know if you could ever enroll in school. And unfortunately, we're able to get our green cards and be legal in this country, so it became a little bit easier for us in a sense.
Yeah, and that's kind of not the traditional way, but it took you a while to get some traction, and now you're here. So since you've been here doing what you do, you've established yourself, you're a businessman, you've gone to college, you've gotten all kind of accolades from the construction industry. What kind of encouragement can you give individuals out here now that are feeling a little uneasy?
I would say the first thing is you know, you gotta sort of understand that you're sort of a guest perhaps in this country. Learn the language to begin with. I mean, there's a lot of people that maybe come here and they'll take that approach to learn the language. I'm not speaking for everybody because a lot of people that I have met that take that opportunity, first come here, they want to learn the language, they want to understand the processes here, they want to enroll in school. Keep on doing the right thing. I mean, don't try to do anything that'll get you into a bad situation that can get you out of this country.
That's right. And just for those people that are watching the show, this is a sanctuary city, Chicago is, so you do have some protection and some rights in Cook County, so don't, worry too much about that. But we want to make sure that you understand that this is not over. This is something that is going to be fought. I'm sure it's going to be fought in the Supreme Court at the end of the day. But Juan is here. Juan's our guest on the McGraw Report. Give him a call, 312-738-1060. And I just want to run over some facts that's come out since we started this new year with our new administration. Now, there was an executive order issued on Wednesday to support, illegal immigrant enforcement. Okay, now, there's 1.8 million illegal immigrants in the United States, and a lot of folks are in Texas, Florida, New York, and of course California and Illinois. So we want people to understand that this is a transition that's going to occur, but you do have rights and you do have freedoms. This still is the land of liberty, the land of freedom, and the land of the free and the home of the brave. So we don't want people to feel discouraged now that all of these things are coming out. Now, if you are a dreamer, which would be, one of the people that are 2-year reprieve from deportation, you get 2 years reprieve there. You also, if you were born in the U.S. or if you were here before the age of 16, that gives you certain privileges. If you live continuously for 5 years in the United States and not been convicted of a felony, you also have rights. And if you didn't get a significant misdemeanor and you graduated from high school or you got a GED or you served in the military. So these are facts that the Obama administration put up, guidelines that they put in place to protect people. And so we want our callers to understand, especially our Hispanic brothers and sisters out there that are trying to work with organizations like HACIA that want to start fresh in this country, start a business. don't be afraid. You know, we don't advocate anybody trying to do anything out of the ordinary. Just run the course, do what's right, and everything will work out fine. So Juan is here to talk a little bit more about what HACIA is doing in terms of their organization, which is the Hispanic American Construction Industry Association. And they have a lot of programs that's going on right now. One in particular that I know you're doing is with the tollway, right?
Yes, we are. Yeah, we're actually running into our second cohort, second group of construction companies that are looking to get bid ready to do work with the tollway. So we're going through a 6-month classroom training program. They go to class 2 days a week, 4 hours in the evening, so it's 8 hours a week. And it's for 6 months. Once that gets completed, there's another 6 months of a technical assistant, which they will attend seminars, they will attend some workshops, and do a lot of the one-on-ones with industry experts.
Now, sometimes when people start off in these classes and they get a little discouraged, they don't feel like they can do it. Why is it important to stick it out, take the time to learn some of those small details? They might not seem important right now, but they'll help you in business down the road.
It's exactly that. You know, that may not help you right now, but eventually it'll help you along the way. A lot of the companies that I ran into, and actually, as I mentioned to you before we got into the show, that I've been instructor for the DeVry for 12 years, and I was teaching a lot of the business programs and general business classes, entrepreneurship, and for about a year and a half, I was teaching through HACIA, St. Augustine College. I was teaching the section of the constructor training program that construction companies that were doing under $1 million were able to participate in this program, and I was teaching entrepreneurship. And you know, a lot of these companies, the smaller companies, perhaps they got the skill, they know how to do certain things, they know how to build cabinets, they know how to put walls together, but what they lack of is a lot of the business acumen, a lot of the marketing, perhaps a lot of the technology, finance, accounts, receivable, accounts payable, that good stuff. So that's what we wanted to teach them. And it could have been an introductory class, but I gave them an idea what they need to do, and they can run their business better, more efficiently, and sort of put them into the next level.
So let's say I am a young Hispanic man. My father taught me carpentry, and I want to go ahead into business. I don't want to, go to college and get a degree. I just want to start my company. Is HACIA the place for me?
Sure, and I will say this, that it's good to be associated or be part of a group for many, many reasons. A lot of it could be the just understanding what it takes to get what you want to get. You might want to become $1 million company or become a $50 million company, but what is it going to take for you to get there? And actually try to understand from people that have gone through what you might be going up right now, trying to get your business started, and actually got where you want to be at. I know we can certainly assist in providing some type of mentorship and guide you to the process, let you understand that you're going to need to get a business license. In some cases, you need to get a maybe state license, certified license. You need to get your insurance, perhaps some bonding, establish a relationship with a banker, with a lawyer, and all of those good things that'll help you get the business in the right way. And maybe perhaps put your contact with other companies that can assist you as well.
Yeah, networking is always important. I found that to be the greatest asset. Juan Calahorrano is our guest. I got it that time.
Got it.
On the
Really
McGraw
good.
Report. Give him a call, 312-738-1060. We're talking about construction. We're talking about how you can get involved with HACIA, how you can be a successful business person, and just how you can get along to network with other companies and learn new business techniques as well. Give them a call, 312-738-1060. Now, I know that there's people out there thinking about it. It's tax time. You're going to get this big lump sum of money, your tax return, and you don't want to blow it. You want to invest in something. You can invest in yourself, get your articles of incorporation done for what, 250
200
bucks?
if you do it yourself, and
Go
pay somebody
online.
could be maybe $1,000 at most.
Yeah, you can get your articles of incorporation done, set yourself up a business, apply for a business license, and you're on your way. So you don't want to take too much time in this climate trying to figure it out. You got to dive in. Now, you might be one of those individuals that have a job, and you know that the job is not quite cutting it. What would you say to those kind of folks, the ones that are, kind of putting their toe in the water a little bit?
Yeah, I will say this, you gotta set up a goal, and maybe set up a date in which you want to get your business established. What does it take? Maybe you need $100, maybe you need $1,000, maybe you don't need $100,000 because of the equipment. See what could be achievable, and maybe you set up, if you can achieve that by a certain day, maybe that'll be the date in which you get going. And understand that what I always tell a lot of the business, when you open up the business, maybe plan that you're not going to make a sale for the next 6 months. And what did that mean? I'm not being negative. I'm just saying that if you don't make a sale, it means you can maybe help yourself cover the cost. If it costs you $1,000 to keep your business going on a monthly basis, maybe in 6 months you need $6,000. So that's what you got to start off with, on top of investing into the business. If you make a sale, good for you. A lot of times we go with the idea that we're going to make a sale on the first day, and it doesn't happen. You get discouraged.
Yeah.
So plan, talk to somebody that can help you. Maybe put a business plan together. You don't have to be all sophisticated about it. Maybe it could be a 2-pager because of the business, a 1-pager. As long as you have a goal and understanding of what is it going to take to run your business. Another thing that I've been telling companies of late is put all your costs down. If it is a membership, whatever the membership costs, maybe. If it is legal services, accounting services, maybe put $100 on your budget.
And those are very important services. If you have a business out here, and let's say you're just doing the mom and pop thing, you're not incorporated like we're suggesting that you do, and for some strange reason an incident occurs on your property or at your business, you personally will be held responsible for whatever damages that occur or whatever injuries that occur. So it's a good business strategy to protect yourself right out the gate. Go ahead and apply for articles of incorporation and protect yourself. Get your business license. Do a small business plan and come to HACIA. HACIA can help you set up the structure of your business, get you to network with other businesses that are like yours, and give you some tips on how to improve your business, correct?
Yeah, and there's other venues up there that I can assist you. There's a lot of free workshops. We provide free workshops on a monthly basis, but there's other organizations, maybe government agencies that provide workshops as well, how to get incorporated, what do you need in order to open up your business. Take advantage of that. If you don't know where to gather that information, perhaps give us a call. Go on the City of Chicago website. The SBA has got a lot of workshops up there. A lot of the other non-Hispanic or Hispanic organizations got assistance. Well, take advantage of that. They're free.
Give them the number to HACIA just in case they want to know.
312-575-0389.
312-575-0389. 0389. Now, I'm going to make sure that information is posted on my website. But if you want the information again and you just didn't get that because we were talking too fast, or maybe you were, making a cup of coffee or a sandwich or something, go to my website, go to Twitter at McGraw Report, send me a tweet, send me an Instagram, maybe go to my Facebook page at McGraw Report, or you can just send me an email at mcgrawreport@gmail.com. and we'll go ahead and answer. Or you could just pick up the phone right now and talk to Juan. He's here to talk to you, Chicago. It's a lot of people out there thinking about it now that we have Donald Trump in office. And, it may be an advantage having a businessman as a president. There may be policies that lean your way now that he's in office. You never know. So I think it's a great start of the new year to think about starting something new. And as you know, locally we have quite a bit of work going on here. I understand the feds just released a couple of $1 billion.
Yes, the CTA is going to be doing major improvements through, I think it's the red line and the brown line. So they got $1 million that came from the feds and $1 billion that came from locally from the city of Chicago to make some major improvement. So what does that mean? That means a lot of opportunities out there, but you got to be ready, prepare, identify the type of work that their niche. Because I get a lot of times companies that are small perhaps, and they come to me and say, I'm a general contractor. My first question is, what's your specialty? What's your niche? No, I'm a general contractor, but they want to do it all, and I understand that. But at the same token is, when you go on bigger projects, you cannot do it all. I'll also just concentrate on something that you're good at. Maybe it could be a drywall, maybe it could be a flooring guy, maybe it could be a electrical.
Right.
You know, concentrate on that. That could give you perhaps the best opportunity to get some work.
Now, I know that some companies try and take advantage of certain certifications. They have the Minority Business Enterprise certification. They also have the Disadvantaged Business Enterprise certification, as well as the WBE with the Women's Business Enterprise certification.
And the Disadvantaged or Better Business Enterprise.
Okay. So there's a lot of things that you can qualify for just because you're a minority, just because you're a woman, just because you're just starting off. You know, if your income level is a certain amount, then you qualify automatically for these particular classifications. And having that certification would give the larger companies an opportunity to get you a second look.
Exactly. Get that opportunity, but once you get an opportunity, you still got to go out there, bid on the project, still got to be qualified, build your capacity perhaps, or understand what your capacity is. A lot of times we want to go out there and say yes to everything, but we got to deliver. So we got to understand your capacity as far as how much work can you handle, either with the people that you have or also financially, because that's going to take some resources in various ways in order to do the work.
That's right. So don't just go out there and buy that new car and jack your credit up or run those credit cards up. Use your credit wisely right now, because all of those personal items are going to be looked at when you start your business. And so you want to come in with a strong hand and give the bank something to work with, right?
Sure.
You want to be a good risk for getting a loan and possibly being able to get a line of credit, because that is where the key is to most businesses being successful, having enough cash flow to float the job.
Yeah, and I would say you mentioned about the banker, build a relationship with the banker. You know, even if you're not starting the business right now, but maybe let them know, I want to start the business in 6 months, I want to be a construction company. You know, what would I need to get, maybe in a couple of years, get a line of credit? They can give you maybe 1 through 5 steps that you need in order to do that. You understand exactly what you need and you can work towards that.
Now, another thing that I'm noticing why people are doing is they're buying these foreclosed properties and they're rehabbing them and either selling them or renting them out. That's a business in itself, correct?
Sure. And you know, there's always with something negative perhaps out there in the market. There's always, to me, it always creates other opportunities, like what happened with the real estate with the bubble and new homes were not being sold, or a lot of people were losing their homes. So you think about, what are those people going to do, right? Where are they going to live?
It's a huge inventory.
So that created also a lot of renters. So that's where people started renting instead of owning. So that created opportunities for people that also own property to put out there on the market and make some money along the way.
And that's an easy way to get started. You go ahead, pick up one of these foreclosed properties and start there. Create your business plan, get your team together, and get your tools and get going. I want to thank my guest, Juan, for coming on the show. And Juan, I want you to give him HACIA's number one more time. This is so important. Pay attention.
312-575-0389.
And that's the number to the Hispanic American Construction Industry Association. It's 65 cent membership is Hispanic, but the other 35 has a mixture of African American, women, whites, all kinds of people involved in this organization. It's a very strong organization, and I think it'll serve you well, Chicago, to get involved in it. So I want to thank my guest, Juan, for coming on the show. And I want to thank you, Chicago, for tuning in to the McGraw Report. Tune in again next Monday where we'll have another interesting guest. And we're going to make sure that you get all the information you need every Monday at 6:30. This is Juan Calahorrano.
Very good.
From HACIA, the Director of Operations. I'm Harry McGraw, and we look forward to seeing you next week on the McGraw Report. Take care.